This is Dr. Holt. I want to do this pulley problem. Here you have a mass of two slugs, and you want to find out what the tension is in the cable itself. Now, one thing to note is that if the pulleys themselves have no mass, then the tension here, 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 and here will all be the same, and has to. So to do this problem, first thing we're going to do, we're going to draw a free body diagram right here of the two slug object. So I draw that. I draw the vector coming down. So I take the 2, I multiply it by the acceleration of gravity, which is 32. That's going to give me a value of 64 pounds. So I have 64 pounds coming here. Alright, now you have 3 cables that are going to pull up on that. So I'll show those as just 3 separate entities. This one, this one, this one coming up here. We'll go ahead and label these as, let's call this, I don't know, T3, T2, and T1. Okay, now since this mass here is uniform, each one of these will have the same mass. The same force. So I'll call this T1, T2, T3. So I can know the summation of forces in the y will be equal to, I'll just make it 3T1, because they're all going to be the same, minus 64 pounds is equal to 0. So we'll solve for T1, which is equal to 64 divided by 3. So that's going to be the force here, here, and here. At this point, if you want to find out what T is, go ahead and draw yourself another free body diagram, but draw it right here. So when I come down here, I'll draw that. So what I'll have be coming down here would be the 64 over 3 coming down here. I won't do the conversion, I'll just leave it 64 over 3. Here I'm going to have 2 forces going back up. I'll have this force here, this force here. Again, these are the 2 tensions of the cables. We can label that as T and label that as T. That is representing, this one here is representing this one here is representing this one here. So at that point, just sum your forces again in the y direction, set it equal to 0. Summation of forces in the y is equal to 0. I will get 2t minus 64 over 3 is equal to 0. I will solve for t. And when I do that, I will get t is equal to 64 over 6 pounds. And if we run that number with our calculator, 64 divided by 6, that gives me 10.67. I'll give it a few more decimals because you never know about UT, pounds. And that would be the tension in that cable. Right, again, just a little short video, but that is how you would solve this particular UT problem having to do with pulleys. Really the most important thing to note about pulleys right now, since you have no mass being given in the pulleys, all the tensions here will be the same. When we get into second semester where we start adding mass back in, that will no longer be the case. But for right now, all the tensions will be the same. Alright, hope this video was useful.